was there. Somebody, whatever. But anyways, I'm just gonna let me play. But no, I appreciate your response. It's kind of very interesting hear your thoughts about like just the parts that you played. But I guarantee you, like, and maybe I'll say it like this: it probably made you play that part even better being hit. Like, is that true?
No, because once he connected, that was it. It was oh shit, stop, and it was kind of a big deal on set. Everything stopped for a minute, and even once I gathered myself and kind of got my bearings back together, I still wanted to go, but my head was killing me, and everybody around me was like, "Nah, bro, you need to go to the hospital right now to make sure you're straight." So they just like we'll shoot around you, we'll get a different scene, and we'll just figure it out later. And that's how it was. So everybody was pretty attentive and helpful. But once he did that, no, it was a wrap. It was we had to stop. We couldn't keep going through that.
So you was still like discombobulated when you came back. You was
Yeah,
like, oh,
I mean, when I came back, I was straight. I just had a headache and I was sleepy.
okay.
They tell you, don't go to sleep when you get hit. So I finished out my scene, and by the time I came back and got done, it was about maybe I think I left set about 2:30 in the morning, and I went home and I went straight to sleep.
Oh wow. So I got a quick question.
Hmm.
What would you like people to know about you? As far as an actor, or just as a person. What would you like people to know about you? Because I know people set narratives about people overall,
Hmm.
but what
All
is
the
it
time.
that you would like to tell the world?
All the time. They do set the narratives, and I think that's crazy, but I get it at the same time. But what I would say is that I am a good person with a good heart. I may not be everybody's favorite cup of tea, but I am who I am, and God knows my heart. Um, what you see in the movies, even though I'm nothing like those characters, there is a little piece of me in every character you see. And for me, that's what gives the character a soul and its authenticity. So I am very, calm, cool, collected, laid back. You know, I don't really let a lot get to me, and I just work hard and I just try to be the best or as good as I can be at whatever I do. And that's just period. As an actor, again, I'm just acting. It's pretending. It's not real. And a lot of people do uh, think that you are who they saw you be on TV, and that's not the case. And as adults, I don't understand why people don't understand that, but they don't. But at the same time, if you feel that I am who you saw, then that lets me know again that I did what I was supposed to do and I understood the assignment. So at the end of the day, I'm okay with it either way because I know who I am as a person.
That's what's up. I appreciate you responding to that because people do paint narratives, and I
Hmm.
see you've done so much. I haven't watched all your stuff. I really like
Hmm.
to get to know people in a raw, authentic type of way. I'm kind of like a snob in that way. Um, so my question to you is, do you, other than what you said so far, do you have any regrets? Because I know you said you was gonna be a semi-pro basketball player. So I was just, I was wondering how you feel about that because I mean, you became something totally different
Totally different.
than what you grew up doing, and you love playing basketball. Like
I
that's like
did.
one of your favorite sport, and you was going
Yes.
into that. Like, do you regret that?
Um, I don't have any regrets because I now I realize that everything happens for a reason.
Hmm.
And whatever God's plan was at the time, it was not meant for me to go all the way into the NBA. Yeah, I played college ball, played, semi-pro ball, and I was real good. Like I really was. Like I'm not really trying to just like toot my own horn. Like I was really could play. But, there were so many pitfalls and so many obstacles that I ran across and it just didn't allow me to get where I was trying to go. So when God opened up this door for acting, it was like, all right, I'm gonna try this to see what's up. And when I did it, I was bit because I'm in love with the process of a film. Like I'll literally be on set and people may not even see it. I might just be off in the corner or I might be standing just looking and I'm looking at the lights and I'm looking at this person getting mic'd up and I'm looking at them, set the room and people going over their lines and this is the stuff that the camera that the public don't get to see. And I'm in love with that process. And when I see that and I'm just like, wow, this is how we finna do this. And then we're doing it And then, even if the scene is not really going the way it's supposed to, by the time it comes out, you know, if it's done from a production standpoint the right way, this movie is fire. I remember this scene how it went and look how it turned out. Oh my God, like to see, what you did versus what's on camera is just amazing to me. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm just in love with the process, and I'm gonna do this till the casket drop. And I do wish I had it started when I was younger, but again, everything happens for a reason, and I've been able to cheat Father Time because I don't look as old as I am. I know eventually, Father's Time is
Right.
gonna catch up with me, but I'm, as old as I am, and I can still play 25, 30, 35, and it be believable. So I'm okay with. So do I have the regret? Nah. Do I wish I could have started earlier? Yeah, but I don't regret it.
That's what's up. I think you're a great.
Right.
I think you're a great example of someone that can maintain normancy and then also a level of fame in your study climate. Because I don't really think this is the what you call it. I don't think you've reached your
Plateau yet?
limit.
No.
Yo,
No.
right. So
Yeah.
it's you're still going, but the fact that you have the groundwork to remain highest level of normacy and then know where you are with your relationship, your child. Because I seen that you said you had a kid and whatever, and that's your like your
I do.
pride and joy.
Yep.
So
She just
like
turned
that.
17 yesterday.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's really cool. You really do have to. And I watch people all the time. That's what I do. That my in my profession. I observe people's behaviors. I'm a therapist, so like
Okay.
it's a level when I'm watching the stars and stuff like that. The ones that can really keep themselves grounded, those are the ones that continue to reach a very high level of fame. But there's not too many that don't crash out. So it's good that like you're maintaining yourself and you being aware of yourself in every moment. And I would urge you to continue to do that. Always self-reflect. Always if even if you need to talk to somebody, do that because I know a lot of people don't do that. Right? They feel like, I'm this, I got it. No, I'll urge you if you're in moments where you're just feeling stressed out. No, talk to your mate. Talk to like people that can keep you grounded or pour into you and things like that. So no, so far like yeah, I think you're a pretty dope person, and I just want to urge you to keep going and really keep your support group. It's not too many people that can really support in a healthy way. So yeah, you're pretty dope. It's a pleasure to meet
Thank
you.
you. I appreciate that. You too.
No problem. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, the floor is open. Anybody else got any questions?
Yeah, for sure. Thank you so much, Mr. Josiah. I'm sorry. Okay, Mr. Alfonso, it's me, Miss Empress again. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
um, Many of your roles in recent years, from He Played Me to Cutthroat, explore
hmm
complex, sometimes morally ambiguous characters. How do you prepare to portray such a multifaceted individual? And how do you find a balance between bringing yourself into these characters and maintaining their unique stories while on set? Thank you.
You're welcome. That's a dope question. So the way I go about that, um, when I take on a role, um, I'll ask, production for give me a backstory. Why does this person do this? Why did he say that? What is his backstory that's not on paper so that I can have a better understanding of how to portray this character and bring him to life? Um, from there, I go in and I read the script and I'll read it, two, three, four times to get a full understanding of why my character does and says what they do. And you have to have that because if you just go into a script, and I'm guilty of this too early in my career, I would get a script and just read my parts and just know my stuff. And that's cool, but you don't know the story. Like, I give you an example. If I say, uh, if I say to you, and my line is, I I supposed to go to the store today, see what's going on, and I read it, I say it just like that because that's the line. But if I had read the story, I would know that the store that I'm gonna go to, my older brother was gunned down by some thugs that we had beef with for the last 4 years. So if I had known that backstory, I would deliver that line differently. It would be, fuck that. I'm about to go to the store and see what's going on. Because I know the context as but why I'm going to the store. But if you don't read the story, then you don't know that. So you gotta read the story to understand your character and why they do and say what they do and say. And then after that, it just goes into for me, I'll start to watch film that are similar to the character that I'm gonna portray. So, I just use He Played Me because that's the most popular one. Jai got a lot of Ike Turner in him, but he also Oh, one second. Bluetooth died. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we hear you. We hear you.
Okay, Bluetooth died. Um, so my character had a lot of Ike in him, but he also had a lot of, and I never can remember this guy's name. Forgive me. What's the guy that played Fall from Grace? They had him with a high top fade. He was like, "Ashtray, bitch, ashtray."
Oh yeah, that was funny. I know what you're
Him.
talking about.
So I pull a little bit of Jai from him. So I take a little bit of different characters and I'll mix it up and put my own spin to it to give that character its own soul and originality and personality. And then I just go from there. And then, once I know the script front to back, and then I start playing with the dialogue because you can be a dope writer but I might not talk the way you write. So what you got on paper, if I say this the way you got it written, it may not come out the way you want it. So I'm gonna take it and spin it, and I'm gonna play with it, and I'm gonna ad lib. I did a lot of ad libbing, and He Played Me. A lot of that shit was not in the script. Script was dope. Nothing against the writer, but I added a lot of things and a lot of ideas.